President Donald Trump and Elon Musk have been going at it today. Let's take a look at the play-by-play.
Meltdown. The Elon Musk and Donald Trump alliance has gone up in flames. Total and utter flames. A public meltdown unlike anything the country has ever seen. Elon Musk, just in the past 2 hours, calling for Donald Trump's impeachment and saying Trump's name is in the so-called Epstein files, saying, bookmark this one. At the same time, Trump is threatening to cancel all of Musk's government contracts. And Musk's responding, oh, make my day. The whole world watching as this back and forth played out. It only started around noon Eastern time when Trump finally broke his silence over Musk's very clear attacks on what Trump insists on calling his big, beautiful bill.
You know, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore, but I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome.
Oh, he's accusing him of TDS, talking about how they had a great relationship. But that was tame. That was how it all started, because it was just the beginning. So the world's richest man starts replying to the world's most powerful man almost in real time.
He was ready.
So this is how it went. Okay, here's Trump at 12:06 p.m.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it.
At 12:25 p.m., Musk posts, false.
Lies.
This bill was never shown to me, even once, and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it.
So I have seen that a lot of people that agreed to this bill have been coming out saying that if they knew what was in it, they wouldn't have voted for it. So Elon Musk is on to something. There's a lot of Republicans coming out saying that we didn't know this was in the bill and we would have never had voted for it. Even though, you're a member of Congress. That means you just sign things without even reading it just because you're on one side, because you're on Trump's side, or just, you're a Republican, so it don't matter what's in the bill, you're going to vote. That's the wrong way to vote. Let's continue.
And that was the first thing. Then they started fighting over whether Trump would have actually even won the election if it weren't for Musk. Here's Trump at 12:05 p.m. Eastern.
Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota.
Referring to Shapiro. And Elon replies at 12:46, quote, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude, which clearly upset Trump, who posted that he actually fired Musk. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted. And he just went crazy. Musk's reply 11 minutes later, an obvious lie. So sad. Well, on this, Elon has a point. It is worth remembering that Trump and Musk were so close that, remember, it was like, where's J.D. Vance, right? That it was Trump and the number two was Musk. And look at this first joint interview he gave. It was with Musk, not with J.D. Vance. I think he was in Munich when this happened. In fact, when Musk's Tesla shares started plunging because buyers shunned him, they shunned him because of his role as Trump's number two. And so Trump actually at the time, remember when he went out and he did the big giant car ad for Tesla while standing in the driveway of the White House? In fact, he got one for his granddaughter, a Cybertruck, and he said he was personally going to buy one. That very Tesla that he was going to buy, it is actually there tonight. It is still parked on the White House grounds. CNN today got its picture, filmed this video of it late today. I wonder if Trump has any idea that it's parked there. Which brings me to the biggest threats that each man threw at each other today. And it was nasty, frankly, beneath both of them. But, hey, all bets are off on that anymore. At 2:37, Trump threatens to terminate Musk's government contracts, writing, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts, which, while a serious threat, you got to think about it, SpaceX, the Boring Company, and Tesla benefit massively from government contracts and subsidies. Musk's business empire is built around $38 billion in reported government funding, according to the Washington Post. But to get rid of all those is also a unique threat. Because without Musk, well, I mean, what happens to those astronauts on the ISS? I mean, remember the astronauts who waited 9 months because only Musk's Dragon capsule could bring them back home? Well, Musk sure does, which is probably why he responded to Trump's threat to terminate his contracts with these posts. Go ahead, make my day. And then he added, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Well, he knows who controls that one. And then Musk threw his own threat out there. One of them, well, this one was laying down the gauntlet. Talk about going to the gutter, writing time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. And that's actually really serious. Those Epstein files perhaps cuts as deeply as anything. But the other one might be just as bad for Trump. The twice impeached president, Musk, not long ago posted yes to someone who wrote, President versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached. J.D. Vance should replace him. It is absolutely stunning to watch it. Maybe that's why no one could look away today.
What do you guys think about those Epstein files? Is it really something that's important to see the files and who visited the island and all of that? I hear a lot of people care about the Epstein files. Let me know your thoughts on the Epstein files. And do you think Donald Trump is on that list? Let me know.
A split for the history books. I mean, when you think about it, it's up there maybe with Brutus and Caesar, Hamilton and Burr. Two men until just days ago claimed to just absolutely love each other.
Well, I love the president. I just want to be clear about that.
We have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Elon is great. He is from a different planet. He's the greatest guy.
Go.
I use the word love. I didn't just, use it. It's because Musk used it. In February, Musk posted, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. I mean, what else is there to say? Kristen Holmes is out front live from the White House. Kristen, from a post like that to what we are seeing today, I mean, it is an absolutely stunning breakdown.
Yeah, and Aaron, I mean, we talked to a number of White House officials who really tried to downplay it, saying we've been through this before,
funny.
But there really is no way to not acknowledge the fact that they haven't been through this exactly before, because we're talking about two of the most powerful men in the world. And a breakup like this, and so publicly and so personally, is one that they haven't seen in the same manner. Now, we are told that White House officials met behind closed doors at one point, discussed how they were going to react, and the directive from the top, and the top, of course, is President Trump, is to just keep focused on the quote-unquote big, beautiful bill. I mean, the thing we have to remember here is that this is Donald Trump's legacy. So all this talk about how personal it's getting, actually hitting the bill itself is as personal as it gets for Donald Trump. He also hit him at one point saying these tariffs are going to sink the economy into another recession. That was Elon Musk after Donald Trump. Another pretty harsh blow for Donald Trump, a man who believes his entire legacy is going to be built on this bill, these tariffs, the trade wars, the trade deals that they have, clearly here trying to kneecap him. Now, just moments ago, we heard from Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, who was responding to Elon Musk saying that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. And this is what she said. She said, this is an unfortunate episode from Elon, who is unhappy with the one big, beautiful bill because it does not include the policies he wanted. The president is focused on passing this historic piece of legislation and making our country great again. Obviously, there again, Aaron, the directive from the top, keep it focused on the bill.
Right.
She didn't say he won't in there. Point that out. Keep going.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kristen. Of course, Elon Musk has said he isn't happy with the policies in that bill, specifically the trillions of dollars that it will add to the debt, which goes against Doge. He believed that Trump actually wanted Doge. Out front now, Katie Drummond, global editor-director at Wired, which has broken story after story on Doge and Musk's relationship with Trump, and Ryan Mack, who covers Elon Musk for the New York Times and is also the co-author of Character Limit, How Elon Musk Destroyed Twitter. Katie, you hear Kristen's new reporting. They had a meeting today on what is going on, because this is serious. You've got certainly the world's most powerful man and against the world's richest and also one of the most powerful men.
Yep.
This breakdown. So what are you watching right now?
We have been on the edges of our seats all day at Wired, I will tell you that much. I mean, for one thing, we are paying very close attention to Truth Social and X, right? The megaphones of choice for these two very rich and powerful men. And then we are on the phone talking to, GOP insiders, members of the administration, and then people in Silicon Valley, right? I mean, the potential ripple effects of this, breakup between Trump and Musk on the tech industry itself is potentially very significant. So we're trying to figure out sort of what do tech insiders, VCs, investors, other tech executives think about this allegiance breaking up.
Right. Okay. And on that, Katie, you said the people that showed up at Trump's inauguration, okay, let's say, was it Tim Cook and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and then the people who went to Saudi Arabia to be there to pay fealty. That's the requirement to do this. Does this embolden them to turn on Trump, or does this make them even more afraid to do so, more in his corner?
They have so much to lose, right? They are counting on an administration and a president who will be good to them from a regulatory perspective, from a financial perspective. They need the president's buy-in, I suspect, a lot more than they need Elon Musk's companionship.
Right. And the threat to cut contracts, if you don't have the
Terrifying.
Dragon capsule is the only way to get the ISS down, he could cut your contracts.
Absolutely.
And we'll see what happens with that. I mean, Ryan, you have covered Elon Musk for such a long time. When you watch this happening, right, and nobody can turn away from it today, whether you were laughing, whether you were embarrassed by it, I don't know what feeling people might have had. But when you see how far Elon Musk is willing to go, right, he's going there on Jeffrey Epstein and 100 posts about this. How personal is this for him?
I mean, it's incredibly personal. I think this is something that we as Musk reporters have been waiting for a time. Both these men get into extreme bust-ups with their associates and their staffers, and we were kind of all waiting for this moment. That it happened isn't a surprise. How it happened is more of a surprise to me. And the speed at which Elon was ready to essentially unload his clip. He went and had a string of insults lined up that he used, very quickly. And I think that is what surprised me the most.
All right, guys. So that was the gist of Elon Musk and Donald Trump going back and forth. You got two of the most powerful men in the world, the president of the United States and Elon Musk, one of the richest men in the world, just going at it like two teenagers online, back and forth. It's crazy. It's funny. But let me know your thoughts. This was a breakup. It's crazy how, Donald Trump was all Elon Musk is the greatest. But now the tables have been turned and they're completely on the other end of that spectrum. Let me know your thoughts. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.